Morning everyone, grade 4. This is teacher Mark. Our lesson for today is all about dividing 3 to 4 digit numbers by 1 to 2 step digit divisor without remainder. So for this, before we proceed to our new lesson, we need to review the parts of division. We need to know the steps in solving it. Long division is a way to solve division problems with large numbers. Basically, these are the division problems you cannot do in your head. So, vertical way. So, vertical way is just uh, a number that is from top to bottom, and there is a series of steps. So, you need to follow those steps so that you may know what is the quotient for this number. But by the way, this is the parts of division. First is the what you call dividend. The second part is the quotient. And the last part is the divisor. Short method. This is the horizontal way. So from left to right. So 18. So in this, the sentence is 18 divided by 9 is equals to. So the 18 there is the dividend, same as 9 is the divisor and 2 is the quotient. So in here, to know if your quotient is correct, you just need to multiply quotient by divisor. If the uh, product of that 9 times 2 is 18, is if the product of quotient and divisor is dividend, the answer is your dividend. Therefore, your answer in division is correct. So these are the step-by-step guide for long division. So I have here a problem. Mang Yuri packed 216 apples in small basket. He put 9 apples in each basket. How many basket did he use? So these are the steps. Always remember, divide, multiply, subtract, repeat, and bring down. Okay? Or rather, it is bring down, then repeat. Okay? So first is step 1, divide. So, in divide, you need to divide 9 by 21. Okay? In division, you need to have 1 is to 1. But since the dividend is less than by 9, therefore, you need to get another number from it beside. Therefore, it will become 21. So, we can divide. 21 divided by 9. So, that is our step 1. That is divide. Okay. How many times will 9 go into 21? That's too hard to work out in your head. So let's break it down into smaller steps. The first problem you look for its equation is how many times can you divide 21 into 9? The answer is 2, so you need to write 2 there. So you put 2 on the quotation line, or the quotient line. So next step is multiply. Multiply is after you write the quotation, the number in the quotation quotient line, you need to multiply it by the divisors. 2 times 9 is equals 18. So you just write 18 here. As you multiply your answer from step 1 and your divisor, 2 times 9 is equals 18. You uh, write 18 under the 21. So that is multiply. Next, step 3, subtract. So in our next step is subtract. So after you write 18 here, the product of 2 and 9, you need to subtract it by 21. So 21 minus 18 is 3. So next you subtract in this case it will be 21 minus 18. So you have 3. Next step 3 is bring down. So in our guide, is divide first, multiply, subtract, and bring down. So the third step is, or the fourth step rather, is bring down. So after you multiply 2 times 9, and then the answer is 18, you subtract it 3, then the next step is you must to bring down 6 to make it 36. So the last step in the sequence is to bring down the next number from the dividend, which in the case is 6. You write the 6 next to the 3, making the number 36. And then next step is repeat. After you bring down this number 6 to make it 36, so you again repeat from the very start. You need to repeat divide, multiply, subtract. So after that, so again 36 divided by 9 is 4, because 4 times 9 is equals 36. So after you multiply, subtract. 36 minus 36 is 0. Therefore, if there is no number here, and the answer is 0. Therefore, the quotient we have is 24. So how many times you can divide 9 into 36? The answer is 4. So you put 4 on the quotation line or quotient line, you multiply your answer from step 1 and your divisor. 4 times 9 is 36. Right underneath the 36, now we subtract 36 from 15. 36 minus 36 is 0. There is no need for step 4. We have to finish the problem. So, therefore, our answer is 24. So, these are another example of a division. So, I have here 135 divided by 5. So, these are the steps. So, step 1, divide. 13 divided by 5 is equals 2. Okay? Next step, you multiply 5 by 2. So, 2 times 5 is 10. And then you write it under of 13. Third step, subtract. 13 minus 10 equals 3. So, you just write it below the 0. The fourth step, bring down 5. So, again, bring down 5. You need to, what? You write it and you divide 35 by 5 and 7. Again, it is repeat. After the bring down, you need to repeat the process that teacher might give it to you. So, repeat the step, divide, multiply, and subtract. So, after we did on the last four step, so again, we repeat because there is a number here. Okay, so that is the thing. You need to bring down 5 there. So, again, 27 is our quotient. Next example. So, our next example is 4,854 divided by 6. So, the step 1 is, again, divide. Divide 48 by 6. The answer is 8. After you divide, you multiply 8 times 6 is equals 48. You write it under 48. So, multiply it 6 by 8. After that, you subtract 48 by 48, 0. Then, again, after you subtract, if there is a number, you just bring down. So, the question here is, 5 is less than 6. Teacher, do we need to proceed the division? Yes. If this is in this case, so you just put 0. Don't forget this. You put it 0, 0 times 6, and then you proceed for the next step. So, 5 minus 0, 5. Again, for this, the tip here is you need to write 0 if the number that you bring down is less than to the divisor. So, you just put 0 there. To the next of your, for example, 8 is your first quotient and your second quotient is 0. Don't ever forget that. Okay? Then next is, again, you bring down 4 to make it 54. Then 54 divided by 6 is 9. So you just repeat. Next, example number 4. So 156 divided by 12. So this is a 3-digit by 2-digit divisor. So first is divide 15 by 12. Since this is a 2-digit number, you must to first check if it is from that dividend, you need to check if the number in the 2-digit form is less than or greater than. If it is less than, you need to uh, add some number. But if it is higher, therefore, you need to proceed to your division. Next step is you multiply 1 times 12. Okay? So 1 times 12 is equals to 12. You just write it below the 15. Next is subtract 15 by 12 or 12 by 15. So 15 minus 12 is 3. You just put it here. So again, after this, bring down. So again, repeat. After you bring down, you repeat. 36. 36 divided by 12. So that is 3. Okay. So bring down to make the number 36. After that, you repeat the steps. Divide, multiply, subtract. Until there is no number here. If there is no number here, after the 6, and then your process is end. Okay? Therefore, your answer is 13. Next sample, number 5. 3,255 divided by 93 equals n. So, this is, again, a 2-digit divisor by 4-digit dividend. So, here, step 1, again, you divide 93 by 325. So, as you may see here, in the first 2-digit is 32. What I've said before in our last example, if the 2-digit divisor is less than, therefore you must to add another one so that it makes 325. It is small from the divisor. So 3 times 93, after you divide it, 325 divided by 93, that is 3. So 3 times 93 is 279. So after you multiply it, you need to proceed for the next step, which is subtract. You subtract, oh, sorry for this, that is a typical error. So you need to subtract 325 and 279. Okay? So the answer there is 46. After you subtract it, you bring down 5. Bring down 5 to make the number 465. Again, after you bring down, if you bring down, that is the signal that you need to proceed the division, your division process. And after that, you divide 465 by 93. The answer is 5. Okay? So, remember, to divide whole numbers by 2-digit divisor, get the partial quotient and add them. Dividend, it is a number to be divided by another number. Divisor is a number by which another number is to be divided, and quotient a number which is result when one number is divided by another. And last tip for teacher work is you need to know how to multiply it well, and then don't if you have a division problem, you need to put another paper so that you can put there your multiplication process. Okay, for that, thank you and hope it helps a lot to you. Thank you.